most of you probably know I'm Toni. I'm the Business Development Manager for the Chamber. I look after members and basically assist our members in setting up their portals, their web pages, catching up with them and making sure that we deliver our services for our members. So now we'll just kick into the platform, the members platform, and I will share my screen. And so if you've got any issues, put your hand up and Sarah will be able to assist if we've got any technical issues along the way. So with sign up and being a member, there's different types of logins. You may have come across the word primary. If you are a primary, you'll be seeing in the platform what currently is up on the screen at the moment. If you are not a primary login user, it does look ever so slightly different. All it means is that you have viewing capacity, but you may not be able to add hot deals, member deals, and change some of the the company information, but primaries have that access. If at some point after this catch up, you want to know more about who should be a primary, please do feel free to get in touch with me. But I will just run through basically how to log in. If none of you or any of you haven't logged in, up on our website, there's a big button in the corner that says login and fill in your details there. Again, if you haven't got your login details, after this event, I can assist you with those. So when you log in, this is the home page essentially. I'm just going to run through each of the tabs down the side and across the top. A lot of it's quite self-explanatory, and if there's any questions along the way, there is the Q&A as mentioned towards the end, and we'll be able to answer hopefully your questions. So just starting from the top, when you're at home, this is kind of the welcome message. Basically letting you know what to do, how to use it. Press that button and it disappears, and then you can access it at a later date if need be along the messages down the bottom. First up, we've got personal information. So that's your personal information, who you are, what your job title is, your address, anything that's relevant to you. Down the bottom, you can see that you're hopefully an active member. I can tell that I'm the primary contact, but I'm not the billing contact. Further down, you have the ability to add a personal bio, and always remember to press the Save the Changes button. And if you do make a mistake along the way, you can clear changes and start afresh. If I am going too fast for anyone or the screens don't flick over as quickly as they should, please let Sarah know if you can. This is where, if I needed to, I can change my username and my password. If you have to reset it and you get a generic password that's issued to you, this is where you can reset it to put something a bit more personal. My photo, this is where if you want to have a photo as part of your profile, this is where you put it up. I do find, as much as I don't want to have my photo up there, it is actually really good to see who, if you're posting up hot deals, member deals, putting a wee note on the platform, it's really good to have a face, because if you do meet them at events, out and about, you know who you're talking to, you may have seen them before. So I do encourage each and every member to add up their photo. Groups and interests. If you've got anything that you want to add there that you're specifically interested in, that's where you can add that. Social networks, LinkedIn, Twitter and Facebook. I've got my LinkedIn profile up there. And these are the display preferences. So at the moment, I've got members only. So I'll show you where this aspect shows. So if I go to home, you'll be able to scroll down, and yesterday I put a wee post up saying, don't forget this event is on today. It shows my photo. and it's within the portal, so therefore it's member only. If I go to, actually, I'll show you what, if I change it to public, that then goes to your directory page. And when you scroll down, whichever staff, which is not showing, one moment. It then shows on your public web directory page. So it's up to you how much information you want on your web directory, but you have that ability to have all your staff up there or just the main contact. That covers off the personal section. When we head down to company, it is a very similar process with filling out the information. Gives you an indicative percentage of what's completed, main contact details, map information, photos and logos, driving directions, that kind of thing. When I flip over to what our page actually looks like, this is it here. We've got a banner logo, we've got a little logo here, we've got all our information, we've got a map to indicate our location, visit the website, our hours, who we are, and then highlight. So if you've got specific links within your website that you want to promote specifically, that's a really good area. So for us, we would love people to join the chamber. If people want to receive our newsletter, our events calendar, there's some really important information that we want the public and our members or potential members to know. So we highlight those there. And if I click through, that will take me through to those specific pages. We've updated a video explaining our last year's event, our marketplace event. And these are just some images from some of our types of event, networking, and the webinars that we do. I'll cover off hot deals a little bit later. And then as you can see, me as the rep, I've put myself as public, but I will take that off shortly. Conversely, this is a very filled out web page. If I go to a test member, Waikato Chamber test, and I've decided to not fill anything out, this is what it looks like. So I really do encourage all of our members to fill in as much information as possible. It's a missed opportunity if someone is looking for a service or a product and they go to our directory, and they don't have to be members, so it could just be general public that want to look for a business or a product or a service. And if you don't have the information up there to make it easy to go to your website, to contact a rep, anything like that, it's a missed opportunity. So we really encourage you to fill out as much as possible to make the most out of your membership. So heading back to the profile, and this is all the organisational information. I won't go through everything because you just go down the form, filling in the relevant info. The employee section is quite important. That lets us know who your active staff are. If you've got people that have left and you've got new incoming staff, help us keep on top of active members and delete the inactive ones and add in your new staff. It will also mean that they will automatically, if they've got an email attached to their record, that they'll get our newsletter and vital information for events and things like that. So the more that is up to date, the better it is. The website tab, that just lets you know what information you've got on your page. And an easy way of just viewing it is this button up here. You click that and it takes you to your page. You don't have to go and hunt for it. So again, cruising down, we've got our social media links, we've got our description, and there is a character limit, but it is quite large, so it shouldn't be an issue. Our highlights, our specific links that we want to promote, and keywords are really important. So if someone is trying to locate, again, a product or a service or a business within our directory, and they don't quite know what the company's called, but they know they might be a lawyer's firm, and they might just type in law, or it might be that they're looking for a plumbing company. The keywords that are appropriate for your business, you put in that section, and the more you put in, the more likely that when someone is searching for a company, that you're going to pop up. So if I show you as an example, go to the business directory and I type in chamber, there's quite a few different, there's 3 that come up: us, my test, and Singapore. And so you can use that for any types of words. So if you know that using Connect, NZ as an example, I know that they're gurus at Zoom, they fix phones, they do a number of services, and so their keywords, I assume they'd have multiple of those, so that when someone is searching a product or a service that's similar to theirs, they would at least pop up to a multitude of keyword searches.
Toni, we've just had a couple of people join, so maybe if you could just explain where we're up to.
Oh, yes, okay. We have gone through the personal section, and we're just up to going through the company section, and it is quite self-explanatory. If you click on a tab and then click on each subheading, there's bits and pieces to fill in, and you just sort of go down the left-hand side. And the same with the personal. I won't go back at this stage, but for those who have just joined us, if you've got any questions at the end, happy to answer those.
And Toni, could you just show us as well where this information goes to, just so that those people know exactly what we're talking about?
Absolutely. So this is our web page content. So when you look at the directory, and this is the web page content on the public facing website, our chamber website. So just for those newcomers, the more you put in there, the better it is, and the more opportunity that you have. People can click through to your website, they can see where you're based, where they can walk to your premise, the hours, a bit about you, if you've got appropriate videos, some highlights. So for us, the join the chamber link is really important for us, as well as some images of events and types of events we do, hot deals, and that if you want to promote any particular staff member or members, you're able to. Heading to categories. So when initially you signed up, you would have been asked to fill in your categories. You're able to be part of multiple categories. So for us, being the chamber, with professional services, but as well as education and training, and that's to do with our events. But you can have a look under all the categories, and again, I won't go through every single one, and you can add or delete as you see fit. Under logos, these logos show up on that web page, and I'll also show you when someone is searching for a business, you can see the difference between the logo coming up here in the search versus the test where I've left it blank. That's far more impactful. Someone, if they're the same type of product or service, they're more likely going to click on someone with a logo and more information. So yeah, if you have the ability to put logos in, please do. You can see that we filled all those in. Likewise with photos, you can have a whole gallery of different photos that apply to your product or service and business. And again, I would suggest filling that in as much as possible. The video, it does need to be a YouTube link. Unfortunately, you're not able to upload a file, and I'm hoping that most of you have that ability. So head to your YouTube, put the link in there to a relevant video, and then don't forget to save. The map, this is about finding where you are. So some businesses I know are tucked down lanes, and there might need to be some information, or a map's really helpful. Thankfully for us, we're in the Wintec building, makes it really easy for people to find us, but that's, we do understand, is not the case for everybody. While that looks greyed out here, that's because the information that's been pre-populated is up here in the profile and organisation information. If you look down here and think, oh, there's something not quite right, head back up to here and fill in the correct information. Membership badge, that's for putting on your website. We have lots of members that are really proud to be members of ours, and they want to place the logo on their website. So down here is a little code that is specific to each member. Copy that and forward that onto your website person, and they'll be able to add that as code in the background, and this will show on their website. If I head down to billing now, I can't show you too much. We obviously, as the chamber, don't pay membership. So you'll be able to, if you have outstanding invoices, you can make an additional payment. You can see transaction history. So if you've been members for quite a few years, you'll be able to see all of that information, and we don't use the shopping cart. So if I head to the directory, if you're, so you can do this within the portal, or if you're not logged in, you can use it on the external site, but this is just as easy, and you can search, if I choose law, all the law firms or any keyword that has the word law pops up, and you can see all of them there.
So Toni, where does that, excuse me, where does that come from? Are they all members, or are they from a bigger database?
No, this is all members. So this links to the directory that's public facing. So this is just members. So we have close to 600 of them. And so you can search just alphabetically, or you can search under the keywords. You will also note this little button down here that says new members. So what it does is, if I tick that, that will give me the new members for the last month. And you can see who the new members are for the last month. So when a member pops up, you can click on them, and if they've filled in information, like a photo, information, you know, the email address, visit their website. There is also the ability to print and download their V card if you need to. So that's the directory section. We'll then come to events. And so this is a great section to see what events are coming up. You can view the calendar. And I'll head back to May. And then this gives you a great overview of, for the month of May, what we've got on, and you can then click on each event as you need to. You can see what events you've registered for, and then after the fact, what events you've attended. So I can see that I've registered for this event. And then I can see what events I've attended over the last little while. You also have the ability to add an event. If you do, we do, once you submit it, we then approve it, depending on content, etc., etc. But if you're hosting an event, feel free to add one. under resources section, that's resources that we add. So once we've got our awards dinner criteria, that's the kind of information that we would add up into the section. I've added a video of the marketplace explanation for 2020. I won't play it, but any resources going forward that are appropriate for all of our members, we would place in here. And when you search up into this bar up here and you're looking for something, it will pick up any keyword that's in here as well. Reports. So the section is if you've got hot deals, job postings. I'll cover off banner ad impressions towards the end. I posted up a hot deal the other day and it shows me how many views I've had. It then provides me how many hot deals I've put up and the views between them. I can then click to see what the details look like. Oh, there we go. I can see what the details look like and then how many views each day that has had. Yeah, for job postings, it's very similar. We haven't got any jobs advertised at the moment, but it's the same concept that you would see a graph and any information on how many views that you've had. Profile. This is your profile of your staff and the information that's on your web page. So I would tick that. We don't use locations or lodgings. Lodging is in the States, which is this platform is American based. That's for renting and hiring out cabins and things like that. So we don't use that particular one. But if I go to view, it gives me an overview of the information that we filled in, our address, website, me as the person that's logged in. We've got 6 employees, categories that we're in, and a description, and all our staff and the information that we've provided. Under the news section, apologies, lead list and referral report. At the moment, these aren't available. It's something that we are going to work on in the future, and once we have that up and running, we'll let you know. News. This is sort of the new section. So this is the hot deals that are available. There's currently 2. Member-to-member deals. Again, it's the member-to-member deals that are available at the moment, and at the moment there are 2. Also, member-to-member deals are on our website. So when you click on membership section and head down to this button here, you'll see all the member-to-member deals, and they are public facing. And so you can click on those, and anyone as a member can utilize those. Also, I'll just jump back to hot deals. If you do have hot deals, note that on your page, your profile, your hot deal opportunities are actually also public facing. They're just in a different place. So they're on each member's profile. So when you are setting up a hot deal, you would head to manage, and only the primary has the ability to add these. Unfortunately, a non-primary isn't able to add them or amend them, but a primary can. You are able to change a primary contact quite easily within the system, or feel free just to email me and I can swap that over, that if you have a staff member needing to add these. So if I feel that I've made a spelling mistake or I've made a wheat error, I just pop in here and I fix it. I also have the ability to add. And again, it's pretty similar to the rest of the forms in here. You just follow the forms, add your text, add your logo or photo, your links that are appropriate, and press submit. I then see those come through and approve them based on content. And that applies for hot deals, member-to-member deals, job postings. And at this point in time, we don't use market space, but if we do, we'll let you know. The social feed is the feed that's on the homepage. So that's if someone's put up a post or a hot deal or a member-to-member deal, you can see what's been happening over the last week. So if you are just wanting to put up a post to say, hey, it's a great day, here's a quote that's really inspiring, or you've got an amazing link of a webinar that you just watched, or anything that's relevant for members, please feel free to post it up with a photo, a link, or some text, and you just do it in this section here. Messages, as I alluded to before, that's the welcome message or any other messages that might come from the chamber. When you click settings, that brings you back to your personal, company and billing sections. So it is repeated ever so slightly, but it just makes it easy that if you're using it for the first couple of times and you forget where you are, it's really easy to find that. Same with up here, the account settings, personal, company, billing, just like it is down the side. There's a help section, and this is where you can switch users. If you think, if your boss says to you, hey, I need you to become the primary, and can you be me for half an hour while you fill something else in, that's where you can do it, or log out. There's also a section down here, refer a business for membership. You may have talked to someone about becoming a member and they're like, nah, not sure, perhaps, you know, perhaps I could have a coffee with them. That's where you fill in that form and that email comes to us. And you would provide the company name, the person's name, either an email or a phone number, and then we get in contact with them. And there is a tick, I will show you actually, there is a little tick box. Do you want us to know whether you've referred them? That's up to you, whether you want them to know. Super simple form. When you submit it, that comes to us, and then I would follow up with that person and that company to have a coffee catch up and hopefully bring them on as a member. Now, I'm pretty sure that's it. Are there any questions?
I think we did have one that came through the chat around the benefits of making the profile public.
You mean on the directory?
Yeah, I think so. Raywin, have you? Yeah, yes, she's nodding. Okay. Yes, on the directory.
Okay. One moment. I'm just going to get some screens up to show you. Simple answer, yes, there is benefits, huge benefits. If I look at a profile that's filled in, immediately, if you, let's pretend that the test here that I didn't fill anything in were two competing companies. Off the bat, I'm going to pick this one because it already has more information, looks more like they know what they're doing. If I click here, there's so much information that I can make a really good judgment call whether to go, yeah, I would love to contact them about their product or service, and so that people have that brand awareness of who we are, what we get up to, and then more likely they're going to click through to the website. If I then choose this company, there's nothing. I don't know what they do. I don't know how to get hold of them other than an email, but there's no website. I'm more likely to go back to that search engine and keep on looking for what I'm after. So there are massive benefits. What we can do internally is actually do a report of how many page views that a member gets, but also how many click-throughs to the website in any time frame. We mainly do it over a year, but we can see over the last month, over the last 6 months, how many page views, but also how many clicks through to the website. And there is a huge difference between the members that have as much information filled in versus the ones that don't have much at all. Does that help, Raywin? Great. Any other questions?
If you have a question, you can type it into the chat. Otherwise, feel free to just unmute yourself and ask.
Just a comment, Toni. It's good. I've found out quite a few things that I need to do a bit of action on to get our business with more information. So it's a good presentation.
Awesome. If anyone starts this process and just has any issue, please feel free to contact me and I can assist. I can help walk you through it. Or if you're in a bit of a time issue, I can actually help you upload some of the photos, links, things like that if you've got that handy. So don't feel like you're on your own and it's a bit daunting. Utilize my services.
Awesome. I think you explained it almost too well, Toni. There's no questions.
I hope that's good. Oh, well, again, if you don't feel like you want to ask questions now, feel free to contact me at a later point. You've got my email, or if not, I think I'm still up on our webpage, or we are, all the staff are on the Chamber website. So get in touch. Otherwise, we look forward to seeing you all at the upcoming events.
Yeah, and we will, we did record this, so we will send out a copy. So if there was any bits and pieces that you wanted to go back to and look through, almost like a how-to guide, we'll be, sending this through.
We can even put it up as a resource within the platform. Awesome. Well, everyone have a good day and we will see you soon.
Great. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Toni.
Everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Cheers. Bye.